I am terrified of my camera falling right now because it is actually standing on top of my tumbler. But anyways, in today's video, we are going to be doing the quite popular trend right now of how to make 2023 your best year yet. Before this video even like properly gets started, you don't have to do any of these things that I'm about to do in this video to make your year better or like the best one yet, because it definitely depends on who you are, like what your actual goal is, what you are in place of society. Like if you are a student or if you are a worker, it doesn't really matter, but these are just things that might help, or just like fun little tasks to get started for 2023. The first thing I like to do just to get started, like the easiest thing I like to do to get started with making this your best year yet, is actually by changing up or like freshening up my bed sheets and all of my surrounding areas, just to like feel like a new beginning has started and bring in all new stuff. It doesn't really make sense. This is very confusing. Like I just do it so that it feels better for me. The next thing actually that I like to do, honestly, there are a few things, but this time I really just want to journal. Journaling is it's like, yes, everyone does it, but at the same time it does feel really good. This time when I'm journaling, I am actually not going to be journaling the same way I always do, just for the sake of setting goals, have a mindset, like a set mindset, so that I can make a mood board later. For this journal, I am going to be reflecting on my 2022 and the good and bad parts of it, and also what I want to bring in this year for 2023, what I want to change about myself, any new habits I want to develop. I don't really use journal prompts just because I have my own way of journaling. Like I just ramble on. It's a different day. I journaled a lot. I did get the main points out and put them into a little note so that I can like talk about it without like finding all of the little like parts of like explanations. I have all of these goals over here. I'm basically not going to talk about that in a little bit, just because I want to like reflect on my 2022 and what my like expectations are for this new year. It's actually currently the day I'm filming this, it's Thursday, January 12th. I feel like my last year was just all over the place. Like I was in a new era of myself while maintaining the old me, while trying out all of these different styles of basically everything. Like I was trying out a new style of living, I was trying out a new style of finding myself, I was trying a new style of fashion, and just every single thing like that in general. I was hopping on to different trends, or at least I tried to. It was just like a messy year for me in the best way possible, honestly. Like I am so grateful, so thankful for all the things that happened. It's nearly like my first year of actually uploading videos on YouTube, like weekly. Like I took it seriously. Now it's been almost a year and I have evolved in a way. I don't know, 2022 was chaotic for me. You know, a lot of good things happened, but a lot of not that great things happened, which I'm also like still so thankful for, because it taught me a lot of things. I've learned a lot about myself as a person in general and how I come across to other people. There were like a lot of highlights in my part, so I'm gonna read it from my journal because this part is actually really short. Like I tried to be as straightforward as possible. The first like sentence that I wrote was, oh my god, 2022 has ended and it did not even feel like anything. I feel like it just went by so fast. That is actually true though. Last year went by super quickly and I kind of didn't expect it, honestly. A lot of things happened and I didn't remember all of them, but I wrote that I finished my GCSE exams, which were like such a relief, because then I can actually like enjoy my summer the way I'm supposed to enjoy it. That sounded so weird, but it is what I feel like, and it's a relief to know I can like finally enjoy my summer without having to really worry about school, about anything in general. Honestly, surprisingly, my peak time last year was summertime, like June, like right after my exams finished. June, July, and August. August not so much, but June and July were such a peak in my life that I wanted the same feeling for the entire rest of the year, which didn't happen because some things just don't go as planned, or some things just happen a along the way. I said I spent a lot of time hanging out with my friends that I love / admire. It was very fun. I had a really good time. Lots of memories were made. I said I started doing YouTube in February, which was when my first video was uploaded. Was definitely a good thing for me, and I found something that I enjoyed doing that also had the possibility of becoming a career for the long term / future. I'm manifesting this, and also I don't want this to be like completely my career, which would be a great thing to happen, you know what I'm saying? But also it's like, if it doesn't happen, then it's still fine. Like, I have quite a few career choices that I would love doing apart from filming YouTube videos, but also this one is like a hobby of mine anyway. I also started getting myself flowers for a month or two back when summer first started, because it was like, oh, self-care, like treating myself for absolutely doing nothing. I also said I learned how to properly cook for the second half of the year, which was like summer started to now. And I said my cooking skills honestly improved a ton. And now I'm chopping onions and garlics by myself. That was like the highlights, I would say. And also like developing new friendships with people in my new school that I'm currently going to. A lot of other little things here and there that happened, which I don't want to say out to the world. There were definitely bad parts about this year that were just downright horrible, but I'm not gonna share that because it's like all of these like terrible things that happened in 2022 were really personal to me. I have sorted my goals for 2023 into 4 categories: physical health, mental health, self-care, and hobbies, which is like things that I like doing that I want to do more of, or step up my game, or like bring it to a new level. So that's like what it means. The first thing I want to say is this is like physical health, and this is like things that work for me that I want to happen to myself. You don't have to do any of these things to make your year good or like the best year yet. You know, it's like might work for me, might not work for you. First thing in my physical health goal is to work out at least 3 to 4 times per week. When I say like workout, oh shoot, my camera battery is dying, which is basically like actually like working out these kind of workout videos that I'm showing right now. And I also want to take long walks, like longer walks for at least an hour, at least once a week. The next goal I have is to practice mindful eating. When I have my meals, I don't really think about what I'm eating. Like, yes, I do, but not to the point where I'm mindfully aware of the way that I eat and how my body is digesting that food. What I mean basically is I just eat very fast and not actually chew my food properly, and I don't really think much of what I'm eating. So I want to slow down my eating this year and just kind of absorb and take in my meals, if that makes sense. I don't want to just eat and be done. I want to actually be present when I'm eating. The next thing is pretty basic: drink more water and include more fruit in my diet. The next part of all of these goals is mental health. I put down the first thing as no phone within the first hour of me waking up. Basically, not check all of my social media, my mail, like just don't check anything except for the time, if you know what I'm saying. And also like turning off my alarms, because that's what I use as well. But the main thing is don't go on any social media platforms within the first hour of me waking up. The next thing is journal at least 3 times per week. I was like really journaling when I first started, and I carried that on for like every day or like every other day for a good 2 years, and that just all went downhill after 2021. And I want to be more consistent with my journal. I also want to try to clean my space, my area, my room for 10 minutes every day, because I know that is doable. And I probably might have mentioned this before as well. And I also want to have like schedules for everything. This includes YouTube, school, outside of school work, daily schedule. That's all I can say for mental health, because it is quite a subject that is near and dear to my heart. That sounded very cringe. The next category we are moving on to is self-care. This also ties in a little bit of mental health. These are more kind of basic and very self-explanatory. The first thing I want to do for self-care is to try and stay off of social media as much as possible. When I use social media like Instagram and YouTube, sometimes when I click on the videos and stuff, I could go on there for hours on end, and I don't want that to happen. So I am gonna try and stay off as much as possible. And also I want to do weekly self-care nights, which I don't think it's that hard. It's just the act of me getting myself to do it that is hard. It's pretty self-explanatory, like a face mask, lip scrub, just like a good self-care night. And this can include good food and hydrating myself. Anything can be self-care when you make it self-care. And the last thing that's like in this category is going to sleep earlier. I have a really bad sleep schedule. I would go to my room at like 10 and not sleep until like 2 hours later, which is not the best thing to do. So I want to like try not to do that as much. I want to go to sleep within the first 45 minutes of me getting inside my room. So I want to try to go into my room between 9 to 10 so that I can have like a good sleep schedule and not wake up tired the next day. And the last category is like hobbies and like activities that I like doing. I want to read 2 books per month. I also want to cook a new recipe at least once per week. And I also want to hang out with genuine people that makes me happy. I don't want to hang out with people just because they asked me to and I don't want to say no. And I want to start playing instruments again. If you don't know, because I don't really mention or show this, but I do play piano and violin. And I stopped for a year now because that playing instruments didn't do good for me mentally and physically. Well, physically not as much, but mentally, because I was getting stressed every time and because I do exams as well. My anxiety when I do these exams is just through the roof. So I stopped this entire year, and this year I want to get back into it. But that is like all of my little goals that I can share with you guys on... Sorry, I just saw a Tesla being on top of a truck. But anyways, that's all for the goals. I am gonna do a wallpaper for my laptop wallpaper and my phone. So my phone right now is just this one. I am actually gonna go on Canva. Okay, basically my camera is a little foggy right now because it's raining. I am gonna be using Pinterest. I'm gonna go on my home feed and search up every single thing. Here's just like what my Pinterest looks like if you're curious. I am gonna just pick out some pictures that I love and drag that onto my desktop, and I'll put that into my Canva design. My phone and desktop wallpaper will be different. This like is a mood board, vision board, so what I want to happen in 2023 and how I want my year to go, manifestations. So this can include working, like anything to do with like working out, being fit, fitness, food, cooking, YouTube, school, fashion, basically anything like that, self-care. Every single thing in that area I am going to be putting like taking inspiration from. I am now done, and I have changed my wallpapers on both of my devices, but I just want to like kind of explain through what the pictures mean. So the top left corner of this like little picture of like baking and stuff, I just want to bake with like my friends and do like a little fun activity together. And the next one after is just like on vacation. It just looks nice, so I put that there. And then next is just a eye mask, self-care kind of vibe. The next one is hair, so like I just want to have nice looking hair, maybe get highlights. It's like hair inspo. And then the next one is just working out, doing yoga, so that's a pretty self-explanatory one. The next row is just vintage cars, and next one is just cooking, pasta, new recipe, more cooking this year, hopefully eating cleaner as well. And the next one is just taking a bath, like self-care again, ties in back with what I want for one of my goals in this year, just like relaxation time. And the next one is just like study, I want good grade, praying that I will. The next one is just working out, so hopefully I can actually go to the gym now. And then the next one is just like a little nice vibe to like my room. Hopefully I'll change my room up again this year a little bit. And then there's this one off picture about 2 girls in like the city. It's just like hanging out with my friends, have like a fun night. I know what these mean, but I don't know how to explain it. And my phone, it just looks like this. Similar meanings, I would say. First one is the Eiffel Tower. I really want to go to Paris, okay? Bath, studying, sunsets. And then there's the one with a bathtub and a lot of flowers. And then I have some AirPod Max, I believe, and then like laptop, iPad that just symbolizes more like YouTube. And then workouts again. Next one, chocolate covered strawberries. I really want to make that. Next one is just like vibing with my friend. And then like a charcuterie board of sorts, like a picnic sort of. I really want to make something similar this year. And then I've got a nail picture, which I might do for like February nail, and then workouts. I think that's like basically it for preparing for 2023. Like all of my things that I really want to film this year, because a lot of other people I've seen on YouTube videos are like, oh, I'm gonna do like a self-care night, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna film myself doing this. I just really want to do like a sit-down video of how I would prepare for this year. That is it for this week's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. I am trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this year. Comment down below anything you want me to film for this new year. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Saturday at 4 p.m. HK time.